welcome to the Feature of the Week presented by Gamers R Us. This is Alex, and this week we're talking about Banished. Banished is an econ / city building simulator set in a time which you can only roughly assume is probably around the Middle Ages, feudal times, probably 1000 to 1200 AD, in a fictional land where your people have been banished and you have to figure out how to survive. You have to survive the local wildlife, deadly winters, and the overusage of resources. This recently released title is Shining Rock Studios' very first project, and it definitely isn't bad. This is a game that focuses heavily on micromanagement. You have to actually physically assign people to do different things, from laborers to farmers, builders, tailors, things like that. And every one of those jobs has a critical importance. In winter, if you don't have a tailor, your people are going to freeze to death. Same thing if you don't have a woodcutter, because you can't produce firewood and you will freeze to death. You also have to remember to stockpile food when you're not during the winter months, because if you don't produce enough food, people will starve to death. Frankly, there's a lot of ways for your people to die. And the game really gives you the feeling that you're really always on the edge of destruction, on the edge of ruin, that you are kind of one really bad winter away almost from a complete collapse and having your entire town die. So as one can surmise from all of this, yeah, this game is very, very hard. Even on the easiest setting, with no natural disasters on, nothing like that, you have a very, very tough task ahead of you. All the maps are randomly generated from seeds, so every game is going to be unique. And there are going to be times which, you just have a bad starting spot, and you don't have access to, say, a river where you can build a fishing dock, and fish are one of the quickest ways to get a lot of food and to stockpile food. The variability in starting conditions can upset some. However, Shining Rock Studios knows their audience, and they've done a very faithful job in creating a pretty good econ and city building simulator. Each individual instance that you will be playing will be a very long playthrough, unless of course you die from whatever sort of winter conditions exist, and that makes it hard to not recommend this to fans of the genre. However, there are some flies in the ointment. After a number of hours of play, you'll find yourself just redoing all of the same procedures you did at the beginning of the game. Basically clearing land, planting farms, getting food, and preparing for the next winter. And you will have to address certain needs like, social life, happiness, and religion. But all the gameplay depth that adds is kind of lost after about 10 hours, and you've spread across at least one clump of land. And at that point, you might as well just restart and start up a new town. It's kind of shocking that after a number of hours, there's really just not a whole lot to do. Just watch your whole town grow, your people start doing better, you go through all the same warnings and everything. And it just feels like, why even play it? This is a game that you just want to start over and over again, play maybe 3, 4, 5 hours per sitting, or per town. However, let's keep this in context. This is a $20 game. This isn't a $40, $50, or $60 game. This is only a $20 game. I found this to be better than a lot of $40, $50, $60 games, often of the tycoon variety and of the sim variety. Looking at you, SimCity. So I will repeat again. Sim fans should pick this up, full price, without a doubt. However, if you've never played any sim games before, I would hold off probably on purchasing it unless it's on sale, because the tutorial is maybe not the most helpful in the world, and this game has a very, very high difficulty curve. Banished gets 7 relatively well-fed peasants out of 10.